Today on Driving Innovation. In the middle of a deadly global pandemic, an educator does everything he can do to get his brand new school ready for post-COVID educating. And he's done all he can do to keep his students safe, engaged,
This is the privacy
and connected.
backdrop that every child gets. A chair, a laptop, Wi-Fi hotspot, all their stationery and uniform fixtures.
And the future looks bright for his students. But for some parents, the digital divide is worse than ever.
So you have 20 kids?
Yes, sir. I have children who don't have internet 6 to 10 weeks without having laptops.
If I can't help close this gap for them,
A lot of those students still struggle to catch up.
No, they still struggle.
school may be out of session early.
Poverty is a hell of a thing.
I'm Ivory, and welcome to Driving Innovation, where you'll follow me on a cross-country trip where I'll be using my over 20 years of tech experience to help those most impacted by the digital divide. The digital divide is that gap that exists between those that have access to the internet, technology, and the know-how, and those that don't. Along this journey, we'll be visiting with schools, businesses, and other organizations and using innovation and technology to help them bridge that gap. So, buckle up, grab some snacks, and get ready for the ride of your life. Let's go. Hey, y'all ready to ride? Let's go. Today, we're in Buffalo, my hometown, where we're known for the Buffalo Winners, the Buffalo Wings, and the Buffalo Bills.
Headed to the end zone, he is in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Oh yeah, and the Bills Mafia. A true blue-collar town that was devastated with the downfall of the steel industry. It still suffers from a digital divide as the second poorest city in the U.S. where more than a third of the population lives below the poverty line, including over half of the school-age student population. Being on the wrong side of that digital divide is something that I became all too familiar with growing up on the east side, which is where we start our day at Buffalo Creek Academy, a non-for-profit, free public charter school started in 2020 by Dr. Christopher Manning. By being smart, nimble, and innovative, the school has been able to see success early serving its families, and Dr. Manning is determined to see that trend continue. So we just pulled up to Buffalo Creek Academy, which is a charter school here in Buffalo, run by a really good friend of mine, Dr. Chris Manning. He's doing some amazingly innovative things, so let's go in and check it out.
Every single student, we transported a desk, a chair, a laptop, Wi-Fi hotspot, all their stationery and uniform fixtures.
Oh wow! And uniforms.
And uniforms. Another thing that we discovered once kids have to learn remotely was, there was these assumptions in everyone's mind that Daniel has a desk at home. Because
Everybody has a table.
Right, everyone has a table, everyone has a space they can go to, it's designated, everyone has quiet and peace while they're learning. It's not the case. They have younger siblings, they probably don't have their own room, right? And usually everyone's regulated to the kitchen table.
Right.
Now, the kitchen table was okay if we thought they were going to be at home for 2 or 3 weeks. It's not okay for 2 academic years straight. And many kids have been sitting at their kitchen table for up to 2 academic years now.
Absolutely.
Trying to juggle distractions of the home and their academic experience. This is the privacy backdrop that every child gets. And what this does is we're not distracted by what's happening in the background.
That's genius.
What we discovered across the country is that absenteeism was caused by children being embarrassed by just the evidence of poverty that's right in their house.
Wow.
Right? You can hide it when you come to school with your uniform because everyone's on the same page. Whereas if we're broadcasting your living room or your bedroom, you can see exactly what's happening behind them.
Absolutely.
So a lot of kids didn't come to school because they were afraid of being embarrassed by the background. And the teachers demanded, turn your camera on. They didn't want to turn the camera on.
Yeah. So, and then also, I think you're removing the stigma on students feeling less than because of what the other, what they may not have. So if everybody looks the same, everybody has the same background, then it creates a level playing field.
Yes, and this comes with the same exact rationale we have with uniforms. Say uniforms is We don't want people walking in with Prada and Dolce & Gabbana, and then the other people are wearing maybe some, secondhand clothing, like I grew up in. And then, they're feeling embarrassed in school, whereas they have a uniform on and their privacy is protected. They're focusing on their proficiency in math, English, social studies, strategic thinking, their decision making, and everything we're trying to teach them.
I also noticed you got a lot of like positive reinforcement, both in the classrooms and in the hallway.
A lot of exemplars out here that everyone can look at. They can see themselves. They can also see American history, American culture, American diversity as they walk through the positive. That's just working what we call our teaching studio. So we took a YouTube influencer type approach in building out the studios to make sure that we were coming through clear. Their students are projected on this screen. Their Surface Pro is here. They can touch and use it as a whiteboard, project their presentations. They're coming through. Their audio is very good. You have the high-powered Logitech microphone, really good camera.
Wow,
They use the lighting as they need.
I just want to talk about the level of detail. It's also rolling desks. So if they want to show the map or they want to show some other pieces, the teachers have that flexibility. It looks extremely comfortable in here to teach from, and also not have to worry about contracting COVID. This is amazing.
Usually, when you walk through this hallway, you can hear school. You can hear the doors are closed because they could take their masks off when they're in the classrooms. You can hear the students responding, teachers teaching, and you wouldn't know the kids are at home unless you open the doors.
Wow. So you're running a school in here. There's just no kids.
Yeah.
So it's pretty obvious that Dr. Manning has done a tremendous job of getting Buffalo Creek Academy ready for post-COVID educating. And even when they get back in the classroom, they're going to be that much further ahead. So when Dr. Chris reached out to me, I thought he could use my help, but now I'm wondering, seems like everything's done. What can I help with?
Ivory Robinson here in Buffalo has been talking about the digital divide since I've known him, since I moved here to Buffalo as a new resident in 2018. And when he initially, it was some time ago, he started to really put movement towards the digital divide. He was the first thing that came to mind when we discovered that, a different element of the divide is equipment. When the pandemic hit, many parents who may have accessed part-time work by working from home or just transition their job actually into their home, they couldn't because they're not equipped to do so. They don't have the equipment at home to do so. Ivory was the first person to come to mind when we discovered that, and I'm looking forward to engaging Ivory and learning how we can approach this challenge in the community.
So what can I help with, if anything?
So the biggest thing we've noticed is, so in the house, now that we've provided each child with a laptop, we have GoGuardian, for example, is a software we can monitor to make sure they're doing the right thing on the computer. Mm-hmm. We've noticed through that, even through that app, that most homes are not equipped with a computer. We're in 2021, and most homes of our children, our students that attend our school, don't have a home computer. So the parents are limited to accessing the internet and doing the things that we take for granted that we do with our computers, whether it be pay bills or anything. They're limited to using their cell phone. It's beyond the cell phone, and desktop versions are very different from mobile versions or many different things that you might do. They don't have access to that. The things that we take for granted we're able to do at home with our computers, they don't have. So we've been trying to think through how we could work through partnerships, local organizations perhaps, to get more computer equipment into the house.
So you're looking to maybe give out workstations for the parents.
We're working with trying to ensure that, our parents are equipped with some of the same tools that parents in the suburbs are equipped with.
So what can we do at home to help out mom, help out dad, grandma, grandpa, uncle, to make it a little bit easier? Mm-hmm. Because poverty is a hell of a thing.
It is.
Right? And it haunts and eats away at so many of our kids that come to our school. You talk about a lot, you digital divide, that's one of the first things you said when I first met you. It's a real thing, and many parents can't work from home because they're not equipped to work from home.
Mm. Have you seen instances though where students complained about not having access to their computer, or?
Students didn't complain. It was, we monitor what students do on the computer, and for example, we had multiple situations where the child's supposed to be in school, they're not in class, so we go on the computer to find out where are they. And we see someone else on Facebook on their computer, and we're like, hey, you're not supposed to be on this computer. Then suddenly the computer goes off and everything, and it's Big Brother or someone who's on their computer because that's the only computer available. Even sometimes parents, because they're on video chatting, and we can see them video chatting on the computer. And we're not trying to invade their privacy. We're like, hey, this is so-and-so's computer. They're supposed to be in English class right now. Can you get off this computer, please?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So
that's so you guys are monitoring what the students are doing during school time on laptops.
Only during school time. We can see what site you're on, what activity you're doing. We see what you see, and that helps us. I mean, we're dealing with adolescents who are curious, and the internet is just a vast pool of great information, but also dangerous things that kids shouldn't have access to. So we put up filters and firewalls, but children know how to get around those.
Absolutely.
So we monitor them to make sure, hey, you're not supposed, because they could be on YouTube, but you're not supposed to be on YouTube watching that during lunch break. Okay, off YouTube, or we close it up for them, or we block it from them.
Or you can control it too.
We can close their site. We can block it. It's Go Guardian. It's built specifically for schools to monitor what's happening with kids on the computer.
Go Guardian is a large number that you're looking for in terms of.
We'd have to do an internal audit, but from what we've seen and what we know, the vast majority of our parents don't have a separate computer in the house besides the one provided.
Wow. Dr. Chris gets it. I mean, he really gets the digital divide, and I want to help him close it. But this time it's going to take more than just innovation and technology. It's going to take a little bit of outside of the box thinking. So I have an idea. I have a partner here in Mission Ignite. They're right here in Buffalo. I think they're the perfect partner to help Dr. Chris close this gap. So I'm going to reach out to them, see if I can make some connections, and see if we can get it done.
Many people lack the resources necessary to purchase a computer or get the technical training needed to use them. Mission Ignite is a non-for-profit headquartered in Buffalo, New York. Since 1997, Mission Ignite has existed to end the digital divide in Buffalo, Western New York, and surrounding areas. Mission Ignite enhances educational opportunities and enriches lives through technology. Find out more at missionignite.org.
So the meeting's all set with Buffalo Creek Academy and Mission Ignite. But after I left, I couldn't stop thinking about the conversation that I had with Dr. Manning. I mean, it must be incredibly difficult to not have access to a laptop or a PC in 2021. So I reached back out to him, and he told me about one of his parents that is just a superhero in her community, but he doesn't know if she has access to her own computer or laptop. So I'm gonna pull up on her and I'm gonna see what's what.
Shayna doesn't have any idea what we're doing, so we're gonna just ask her a couple questions, check out what she's doing with the kids, and then we're gonna do something special. Oh, okay. Hello.
Hi.
How are you? No, it's
over.
I don't need much. How are you? So we're sitting with Shayna. Dr. Chris Manning told me lots of good things about you, lots of good things about your kids. And so I just want to understand how you're getting through this post-COVID living. Your kids are doing remote school, and I know you're tutoring also. So tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, I'm doing more than tutoring. I'm homeschooling. I'm homeschooling children grades K to 12. From 4:30 to 6:30, I tutor children in those same grade areas. I have 16 active children enrolled from 8 a.m. to 3.
Oh, wow. And you have 16 kids?
I have 16 children, yes.
Wow. And so you also have your own, you have kids too, right?
I have 3 children, and I have a 6-year-old niece.
Wow.
Yes, who is here with us. I'm helping my sister with her. So in addition to those 16 children, I have my 4 that are here with me.
So you have 20 kids?
Yes, sir.
Holy cow. How are you managing to work with 20 kids?
I manage because it's my passion.
It has to be.
Yes.
So you have 20 kids that you're basically schooling right now. How much is technology playing into what you do on a daily basis?
Technology is everything. The children obviously need their laptops, their computers to log on to class, to communicate with their teachers, and also to do their work.
Right.
I feel like this is the new normal.
Give me a situation while you're dealing with, some of these kids and technologies where you struggle or you've had some.
So I have children who don't have internet. So I have to cram everything in between 8 and 3. Homework, because if I send them home.
They may not have internet.
Correct.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That breaks my heart.
I have had children to come in and not have a tablet.
Even the public school students?
Yes, even the public school students. For first graders, they did not receive their tablets until some of them the beginning of the year. The end of the year, right before Christmas break. K through second received their tablets after 3 through 12 got theirs. No. So they went about 6 to 10 weeks, some of them, without having laptops.
Oh, that's terrible. How did they learn for those first 8 to 10 weeks?
Well, I taught them.
How would they have learned otherwise? Is it better, I guess?
They would not have been able to learn. They were just falling behind.
Now, are you finding that a lot of those students still struggle to catch up, or are they pretty much caught up?
No, they still struggle. Once you get behind, you always going to be trying to catch up.
Absolutely. What do you use to instruct all these students, or like
a whiteboard? I'm just a teacher on the other side of the screen.
Oh, okay.
I don't use any technology unless it's theirs.
Yeah, but how do you do research, and how do you get it? How do you stay ahead of what the students are bringing home?
I do utilize YouTube between lunch and that break between 12 and 1. Certain subjects that I may need to fine tune myself on.
So you just take one of the kids and kind of do your thing on there.
Correct.
Between lunch. You don't have a workstation outside of your kids' workstation.
Mm-mm.
This is the digital divide. This is it. Everything that
Shayna
described, that's what so many people are going through on an everyday basis. It's not that uncommon. However, what she's doing on a day-to-day basis with her community and helping so many students, that is. And I don't think that she should have to do as much as she does for everybody else and other people and not be able to get ahead herself. So I'm going to do something a little bit special.
I had somebody that I know, that a really good friend of mine, send me. I talked to them, told them your story, and they sent me a laptop for you.
No.
Yes. So let me grab it. So I just think that what you're doing is amazing. And now you're going to make me cry. I think that technology is so important. You're going to make me cry. I think it's so important that not just the kids have technology, but that the parents have the technology to be able to keep up. You're doing too much. You're doing so much with 20 kids. You should be able to get on YouTube. You should be able to get on Facebook when you want to in your own time and not have to wait until the kids are on lunch. So this is from a friend of mine. She wants you to have this.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Laptop, charger, it's all set. I already checked it out. But yeah, this is for you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I can give you a hug.
I know, air hug.
Oh, this is so sweet. I want to thank Dr. Manning. Thank you, Dr. Manning.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Manning.
It's tough to get parents to see the importance of technology, the importance of, some of them don't want to even learn. They don't want, I just can't do it. I don't want to learn. And I just say, just send them to me.
Yeah.
Just bring them to me.
The reason that I'm doing this, taking this trip and trying to connect with people is because I grew up on the east side. I grew up in a very similar situation. And I barely graduated high school. I was graduated the bottom of my class because I was on the other side of that divide. And I thank God for my parents and being in a situation where I can go to the military and get out and see how much technology can just change your life. My life has been completely different. Once I found technology, I was able to access the amount of information that you can access just by having a laptop or a tablet. If I can help you with that, then I feel like I've done something good.
You have blessed all 20 children in my program with this. I'm going to use this to do a lot of research. Now, I'm just thinking of what I can research now.
Yeah. We're here with Shayna. We just gave Shayna a laptop. Thank you, Amy, all the way from Madison, Wisconsin.
Thank you so much, Amy, for my laptop. I'm so excited to use it and learn new things. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Buffalo Creek Academy. Thank you, Dr. Manning, for helping me set this up.
Go Bulldogs, BCA. I love you, Dr. Manning. Thanks again, Amy, and thank you, Mr. Ivory.
You're welcome. The digital divide is real, but we out here trying to bridge the gap.